But this fight is going to get done.
With arbitration, because I know the last time we spoke, you said, everything's fine, we're moving forward. Doesn't seem like everything's fine. Deontay Wilder's missus left a comment on a post that I did regarding, Saudi Arabia being announced as the site. And she's like, well, he can't fight anyone until he fights Deontay next. So is there a step aside? What's going on? Is there any?
It's their business. Look, this arbitration is not going to lead to an injunction to stop at the undisputed fight. If they have to do a deal with Deontay Wilder, I have no idea. But I'm reassured by it, and I know it can't stop the fight, but it is ongoing. We saw Tyson Fury, I think, went to a hearing. They have to go through that process.
But if Tyson is held with some sort of fine,
honest, I'm reassured that's not even an issue. Listen, if that happens, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. That's out of my control, but I don't see that as an issue at all going into this fight.
Eddie Hearn's response to Bob Arum's recent comments that the Tyson Fury-Joshua supposed fight could be in jeopardy now. If y'all want the deets, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned to this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Before I get started, make sure you guys click the link in the description, either Linktree or the direct link for TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is an awesome browser extension to help you level up your YouTube content. I don't see why anyone would be on YouTube if they don't want their message, their videos, their content, their art to get out. So TUBEBUDDY is a program that I've used, and it definitely helps you with that by optimizing your videos, making sure it's ready. They have a lot of bulk processing, different things you can do with the service. Click that link in the description. I use TUBEBUDDY daily for videos like this. You can too, regardless of what genre you're in on YouTube. TUBEBUDDY can definitely help tighten up and provide you a ton of features. Click the link in the description for TUBEBUDDY. Now, link in the description. There's a new interview. I guess Eddie Hearn has a fight card this weekend, and he's being interviewed about Joshua versus Fury and the recent comments from Bob Arum. If this is your first time hearing my voice, or if you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, I encourage you to do that, because I drop the illest content and keep you up to date with the latest and greatest of this beautiful sport of boxing, daily videos, things like that. I just made a video about this. This is how you stay in touch with what's going on. Click that subscribe button or hit the post notification bell icon so you don't miss a thing. So if you watch my previous videos from yesterday, I talked about it. Bob Arum has a brand spanking new interview that was just dropped. And long story short, it was with ringtv.com. It left a lot of doubts, and he basically said that Tyson Fury could fight Deontay Wilder. They're meeting with the arbitrator in Napa, and it gave some more details that people hadn't heard on record. Bob Arum also says, as far as he's concerned, Joshua Fury, if he had to take a guess, that he would say no, the fight's not going to happen. So this interview with Eddie is basically him responding to these recent statements from top-rank CEO and founder Bob Arum and promoter of Tyson Fury, one of them. Eddie Hearn appears to me to be sweating bullets. He sounds frazzled. He sounds befuddled. He sounds frantic. Watch the video yourself. The link again is in the description. You guys heard the clip at the beginning, and I just want to respond, giving my thoughts to what Eddie Hearn is saying. Fast talking, used car salesman, Eddie Hearn. Now, Eddie Hearn, much of what he was saying, in my opinion, is an oxymoron. It's like this person is short, tall. Like, that doesn't make sense. You're either short or you're tall. You're either organized or you're messy. It's very hard for certain things to coexist simultaneously that are polar opposites. So if you listen, I'm real big into linguistics and vernacular and what people choose to the vocab and stuff that they use and choose to express themselves, and body language also. You know, from my doing acting and studying acting and stuff like that, you have scene partners and people you got to do scenes with and dialogue. So you are trained to monitor and look at the body language of people. You know, I'm not no psychologist or whatever, but Eddie Hearn, like, there's points in this where the tough questions came up, not just softball questions like, hey, could this Wilder arbitration affect? And you listen to Eddie Hearn and he's like shaking his head, no. And he's talking during, like, it's like almost like he's trying to expedite the question and, you know, hurry up and get the mic again, like get the point of where he can chime in and talk instead of letting the reporter get the full question off. He's like, no, not true. No. He's like, sounds like Rain Man or something. So that's one thing. All the fast talking, like I said, is like an oxymoron. Eddie Hearn is telling you that he's been assured. Look at the word assured. Assured. Adjective. Number 1, guaranteed, sure, certain, secure, an assured income. 2, bold, confident, authoritative. 3, boldly presumptuous. Right? That is the actual definition for assured. But if you, by definition, what he's saying doesn't make sense because he doesn't sound bold, confident, and authoritative. Seconds later, after he says he was assured that Wilder in the arbitration could not impact a Joshua Fury fight, seconds later, he tells you if that does happen, then that's out of my control. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. So you guys got to understand and pay attention to the words that people say and the words that people use. So that doesn't sound like much of an assurance to me. If you met with a realtor and you were checking out a house and the realtor told you that, hey, from dealing with you and your husband or you and your wife or whatever, I can assure you you're going to qualify for this home. That wouldn't make sense unless maybe the realtor had done some research and they knew you had a credit score. They knew you didn't have liens on your file or whatever. You can't, how can a realtor say, I'm assured you'll be approved for this house if you don't even know what this person's credit score is? You don't know how they manage their money. You don't know if the bank is willing to give them a loan, a 30-year loan or whatever the situation is. So again, in effect, what Eddie Hearn is telling you is hopeful thinking. He's saying he's assured that nothing can intervene, including a Wilder arbitration, but he doesn't sound confident. So by way of the definition that I just gave you, he said guaranteed, sure, certain, secure. Nothing about Joshua Fury is that. It sounds all over the place. You have one of 3 promoters telling you that nothing is going wrong, but then in the same breath, the same man, Eddie Hearns, is also telling you that I don't know what's going on with that situation. That's their business. So this looks extremely bad for Joshua Fury, and it looks like Ego Stradamus is about to strike again. He keeps promising a fight, but he can't really tell you anything. And he says, just go through the process. I thought it was going to be done before, but I need more time. And I talked to my people and the Saudis, and we've worked together. And like I've mentioned from the beginning, there are certain things that you don't have the information for. You're not privy to. You're not in this Wilder Tyson Fury arbitration, which was my point from day one. And the reporter even brought this up to Eddie Hearn and said, hey, Wilder's wifey, which I did a video about this morning, make sure you guys check that video. In the comments, I'll try to put the video link so you guys can see it. The reporter says, hey, Wilder's wifey says, you know, he can't move on and fight anybody until he fights us, until he fights Deontay Wilder again. And Eddie Hearn looks extremely uncomfortable. He's like, no. And he's like trying to expedite the conversation. And ultimately, he tells you if that does happen, in effect, it would be devastating. And he says Bob Arum's interviews are weird, but yet in the same breath, he's promising you Joshua Fury will happen. Will happen or will happen next? Because you said June, July, then that turned to July. Then you said July, August. Now Bob Arum's saying something different, and you're saying you need more time. This whole situation looks very bad, and Eddie Hearn is now under the gun. I cannot wait in the next coming weeks and months to see how this unfolds. I've told you my predictions. Like, how is it that I'm just a little YouTuber making videos and my accuracy rating is stupid right now? Absolutely bonkers. Eddie Hearn is promising you that he can deliver you the Eiffel Tower, but he's like, hey man, it's a big building. I need more time. I'm the only one working on it. We don't care. You said you could deliver the Eiffel Tower. I don't care how you get it from Paris. Give me the Eiffel Tower. That's what you said. And now what it looks like, which is another Ego Stradamus prediction, Joshua Fury, if it does not happen, it'll be a blame game and a finger pointing game. And Eddie could now just say, hey, I did my part. They told me that it wouldn't be a problem. And even though I told you and the fans that the fight was guaranteed and assured and gonna happen, it's not on behalf of me. It's not on behalf of Joshua. A blame game. That is horrible for boxing, which is why you don't prematurely talk to the media and announce fights and count your chickens before they hatch. But pompous British promoter Eddie Hearn chooses to do this and involve the fans and continue to do these interviews when he should probably lay low, focus on Derek Chisora, Joseph Parker, and fights that he's actually made. Because if this all comes down, it's going to look extremely bad for Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury's team, and also Eddie Hearn. And, you know, you can't just hide behind this wall of, hey, I was the only promoter working on it. The fans don't care. They're going to eat you alive. You told them you could deliver the Eiffel Tower. You can't, oh, it's too big, or there was no way to ship it to you. This is what you said. As a man, an alpha male trait, you got to be congruent with what you say. Credibility means everything. Great Al Pacino movie of the 80s, Scarface. All I have is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. You know, so if you assure people and guarantee people stuff, we don't care about the excuses. Shooters shoot, winners win. All that other stuff is loser talk. So Eddie Hearn better come up with this fight. And again, like I said from the beginning, the person who's not in arbitration with Deontay Wilder is also the person doing all the fast talking. Why have Frank Warren and Bob Arum put out these quote unquote, as Eddie calls it, weird interviews where they kind of fell back and sound uncertain and created like a cloud of doubt? But Eddie Hearn is saying, hey, no, this is just follow the process. Give me more time. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.